And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my live stream. My name is Tyler Ramsbey, and we are going to continue the TryHackMe machine called Umbrella. Brand new machine was just released yesterday, and if you were hanging out with me last night, you know that I got completely stuck and was like, all right, screw it, I'm never coming back to this machine. I'm pretty sure I said that like 5 times, but I really dislike being stuck on a machine. So I went to bed, and now I'm back to the machine. So what I really meant is I'm never going back to that machine yesterday, but we're going to go back to the machine today. Thanks to the help of my friend Simnatic, who was hanging out with us on stream yesterday. I think I know what I missed. He sent some good resources my way, actually a TryHackMe room he created that walks through a little more of the process. So I want us to check out that and see if we can figure out, at least getting the user flag or the database credentials, I think is the first thing. So, geez, I just ate some cereal, and now it doesn't want me to talk. All right, let me grab this IP. I'll share my screen without any further ado. Here's the Umbrella room, and let me actually show you guys what we've done up to this point. Let me open up Cherry Tree, and I'll give you a glimpse of our notes from yesterday. So here is Umbrella. We just have a few ports open. We have SSH, we have MySQL here, and what I don't actually have on this main page is this Docker registry on port 5000, and then we have a web server. So SSH, not much there unless we can find credentials. MySQL, this is kind of what we're looking for. If we can find the MySQL database password, we should be able to enumerate that database, and I'm guessing maybe find credentials for user. We have the Docker registry right here. And you can see that I was able to do a curl request to hit the catalog. And we also used a special tool from Hacktricks that dumps all of the essentially data from it. So I have like access to home, var, log, and things like that. But the point that Simnatic made on stream yesterday was that, hey, we couldn't find the database creds in here. Like, we grepped, we did find, we looked all through like MySQL config type stuff. They aren't there. So I thought, hey, if it's a Docker, you don't have to include it there. It might be an environmental variable. And so we wanted to figure out, how can we check the environmental variables? Now, when I was doing that yesterday, I was trying to use the Docker command itself, and it was just failing, and I couldn't figure out why. Then I actually turned off my Kali machine, went to the attack box thinking there was something wrong with my configuration, and it also failed there. And then I was like, screw it, I'm done. It's midnight. I'm never coming back to this machine. I clearly just meant that I'm never coming back yesterday. Here we are. So I want to see if I can figure it out. Looks like Andre over on YouTube said, hey, I sent you a message on Discord. I think I gave you too much of a giveaway. Okay, I won't look at your message. I didn't see it. I was just on Discord. So it must have gone to my message request. So I won't look at that unless I get truly stuck. Want to say hello to everybody hanging out on chat. I'm actually going to get all the chats pulled up real quick. Give me just a second. You might hear me talking through my desktop, but we'll see. And once again, hey, music guys, I don't have a good way to monitor the music for the live stream. So please let me know if the music is too quiet, too loud. I don't really mind too much if it's too quiet. I just want to make sure it's not overpowering my voice. Gosh, that cereal is really making me cough, y'all. I also have like a slight cold. But okay, so here's what we initially did. We were able to curl Umbrella, and we could actually see this repository here, Umbrella time tracking, and that's where we downloaded all the files to our machine, and I can even show those to you all. CD, TryHackMe, Umbrella, ls. So this is the tool we use, Docker registry grabber. And if we cd to Umbrella, you can see we have all these, time tracking. We have all these files here. So we have the actual like system files, but there are no database credentials in those files. I'm pretty confident saying that after I spent a lot of time looking through that yesterday. So the room that Simnatic told me to check out, going back to our messages, my task 5 in this Docker rodeo, isn't that the containerization one? Okay, let me copy his link and let's check out his room that he made. For those of you who don't know, Simnatic is one of the TryHackMe staff members. What I actually learned about him, y'all, he was like, if my memory serves me correct, he was like the first full-time staff hire at TryHackMe. He has made over 90 TryHackMe rooms. and was actually talking with him. We're going to have him on the Twitch stream sometime, and have kind of two ideas for that. One idea is maybe him doing a demonstration of like some of the room creation process or CTF type stuff, or just like a typical interview, hearing about his experience being at TryHackMe really from the beginning, creating 90 plus rooms and all that. So I've been talking to him on Discord. We are for sure going to have him on the live stream. It'll be on Twitch, LinkedIn, and YouTube. That'll be coming up in the near future. We're just kind of figuring out the details on what we want to talk about. But just, hey, that's on the radar. Know that we will have him on the Twitch stream. And he hangs out pretty often on our stream as well, on YouTube in particular. So he's been on quite a few of the past streams, which is crazy to me, because normally when I stream, it's late at night my time. For him, where he lives, it's 2 in the morning. So the dude's joining us at 2 a.m. on stream. So he's a real MVP. He said to check out task 5. What room is this? The Docker Rodeo. Oh, so it's kind of like he also made that other Docker room, or containerization one. This has a lot more stuff. And he told me to check out, was it task 5, interacting with the Docker registry? So let's go through this. So with any system that we are going to be penetration testing, we need to enumerate the services running to understand any potential entry points. In our case, Docker registry. So this is exactly what we're looking at. He's spot on here. However, this can be easily changed, so it's worth confirming via the mmap. So we do know what's running. And first, did I ever save this IP? Let me get this fixed real quick. I don't think I updated my Etsy host. Gosh, I wish I could spell. Oh, wait. What am I doing? I see, update this IP. Beautiful. All right. Back to the Docker Rodeo. Not only is Nmap capable of discovering the Docker registry, but also the API version. This is important to note for how we will interact with it. Ours is also API 2.0, I'm almost certain. Yeah, API 2.0. Okay, so we have that information. The Docker registry is a JSON endpoint, so we cannot just simply interact with it like we would a normal website. We will have to query it. While this can be done via the terminal or browser, dedicated tools such as Postman, I don't think I have Postman on here. I use Postman all the time in my day job for API pen testing. I think we can do it via curl though, since it's just one Docker registry. We'll find out. To understand what routes are available to us, we need to RTFM, right? Read the manual, Docker registry documentation. Please take the time to read this at your leisure. You know, I could read it, but instead I'm going to script kid my way through Semantics Room and figure it out. Wait, okay, so we did this. We need to send a request to this. So this all, okay, let's just redo, honestly, this process as I follow his room to make sure I'm not missing anything. So we can, he's doing a GET request. We can just use curl. So you can actually see where I did this before. Umbrella.thm 5000 v2 catalog. And then we can see that information. He's using Postman to do it. Our curl request should work just fine. In this example, we're given a response to 3 repositories. For now, we're going to focus on Semantic My App, and we're just given 1 repository. That's why I'm thinking it's okay just to do this in curl. Before we begin analyzing a repository, we need 2 key pieces of information, the name and the repository tags. We currently have the name. Now we just need to list all the tags that have been published. Every repository will have a minimum of 1 tag. This tag is the latest tag, but there can be many tags, all with different code. For example, major software versions are 2 tags for production and development. So send a GET request to this. So umbrella, time tracking, name, tags list. Repository name not known. Oh, do I just do, okay, I think I just do time tracking. Am I doing something wrong here, y'all? Oh, yeah, I am. Hold up. Time tracking here. There we go. All right, we have the tags. Let's go ahead and drop this in our notes. All right, so we have the tags there. Pretty easy, since it's just the latest. For our application, okay, yep, I just clearly misread that. Note here we have 3 tags. The not secure tag sure sounds interesting. Well, we only have 1 tag, so that should make it a little bit easier. Grabbing the data. With these 2 specific important... I need to turn on my music on my end. With these 2 important pieces of information about a repository known, we can enumerate that specific repository for a manifest file. This file contains various pieces of information about the application, such as size, layers, and other information. I'm going to grab the manifest file for the not secure tag via the following GET request. Manifest. Ooh, okay. My terminal froze. There we go. Oh! What's that? Database password, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, not freaking snipping tool. Snipping tool, you suck. You're the worst screenshot tool in the world. Light shot's where it's at, bro. Amazing. And I love how there's a room on TryHackMe that walks you through this exact process. That's so cool. Hats off, if I had a hat on, to Semantic for making this room. And obviously, it's legit because this room was made however long ago, and yet it applies to this brand new TryHackMe challenge room. We can follow the exact process and get the information that we need. So, let's... I can't see the database password now. Guys, oh, here it is. My eyes are failing me. Let's just copy this so we have it in our notes as well. So we have database user root, and then our database password, and I think that's our first flag on the machine. Beautiful. We at least have the database password. And what is the user flag? I wonder if there's a credential reuse at all with this, but we can just try to authenticate to it. Let's look at this room, this Docker room. Is there anything else cool here? Oh, so very similar path here. Note the response to the history key. We have a command that's executed in the image building storage in plain text. That's so cool. Now it's your turn. Well, we did it right alongside with you, just on a different machine, and it applied beautifully. Wonder if there's anything else in here. I won't look at this too long. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. Okay, I don't think I am. Awesome. So if anyone wants to go through that, it's this Docker rodeo room on TryHackMe. But we have the database password, so now we just need to probably authenticate to MySQL. It is Muhammad on stream, live and in person. What is up, my friend? Yeah, dude, it's good to have you. The only reason I'm streaming right now is my kids are at my in-laws' house. And so, I have nothing better to do. So here I am on stream. Usually, unfortunately, y'all don't get used to this time because usually I am hanging out with my kids. I usually only go on stream when everybody's asleep late into the evening, but... Yeah, we need to do p to prompt for the password, so we'll copy our password here. Beautiful. All right, show databases. We have info schema, MySQL. We have a time tracking, so let's use time tracking. Show tables, users. Let's just select everything from users. And then we have, are these password hashes, I take it? Can we, okay, a few things. So we have that login page. Are these actual passwords or are these hashes? I can't, they look like hashes. Yeah, MD5, okay, gotcha. So let's just take all these hashes. All right, I'll clean it up. Right, so we'll take each one of these hashes. CD, TryHackMe, umbrella. I know I could use like cut and stuff, but I personally always have to look up the syntax for doing that. So we're doing it my old-fashioned way since there's only 4 hashes. What do you mean create event, bruh? -M for mode. And they're thinking it might be MD4. We could also go to like crack station and see if these are common hashes and speed up the process here. Why do I keep having that pop up? Frick, I don't even have Outlook. Oh, geez, that was easy. So we have all the passwords right here. For some reason, Hashcat didn't do it. Maybe they're MD5. Oh well, I have the hashes. That's what matters, right? But I don't remember which users these hashes were for now at this point. Let's go over to terminal. All right. I didn't mean to use snipping tool, but whatever. So Claire, R's password is this. All right. And then Chris R's password is let me in. Jill V's password is sunshine 1. And Barry B's password is sandwich. Oh, do I have them backwards? No, I know, like 2A right here, Claire 2A. 2A right here is password 1. Chris is 0D107, so 0D107 is let me in, right? Right, am I looking at this wrong for some reason? Jill is D5, so D5 is sunshine 1. And then the 4A is Barry B, so Barry B would be sandwich. I know I put them in there backwards. I just, but I figured it out. Okay, but I have all these passwords, so that's cool. There's a few different things we could attempt. One is we could try SSH with these passwords. We also have that login screen on HTTP, that login portal. I'm guessing it might be for that login portal. Did I spell sandwich wrong? Freaking A, dude, I did. Thanks for telling me. I do appreciate it. Let's first try it on that login page. Since this seems to, be for this, so we'll try clear R. And it's for the time tracking system according to the MySQL database. Okay. Oh, this looks like SQL injection. Wouldn't really need to do SQL injection though. Yeah. Is this just what all of these... Oops. I want to re-log in again. Is this what all the accounts are? Are any of these accounts like admin's accounts, I wonder? Or are these all the same thing? Okay, they're all the same thing. So it's going to be some type of injection. SQL injection or template injection or... Well, I mean, cross-site scripting maybe, but I don't think there's any user interaction on the page, so cross-site scripting would be kind of useless. If I do... So let's just try to do it normally. 5 plus 4. Did that do anything? Did that actually add time? Okay. So that worked. So that's where I think it might be template injection. That's a super easy way to check doing something like this. Yeah, because it's doing the correct number right there. All right, let's check out some template injection stuff. So this is exactly what I was doing. Come on, don't freaking... Dude. All right. So this works. Does this one work? Let's check that. I think that's the payload, right, to check. And then we'll know if it's Twig or Jinja. Okay, so it's probably Twig or Jinja. Oh, here's what I'm looking for. Just seeing we do a basic like file read, or maybe let's try a few of these payloads. I'm just gonna drop this over here. Self is not defined, so maybe it's not Twig. Look at the source code, Okay, gotcha. Are you talking about the source code that we retrieved from the Docker stuff? How are you guys accessing the source code? Are you talking about the stuff we retrieved before? Yeah, I think you guys are talking about that. Because remember we had all that node stuff on there. Is there like Node.js? If you think about it, why do you even need to inject? What are you trying to get? I mean, RCE is what I would think. But you're right. I would just be in the Docker container. Let's try we'll go down this route, but let's try credential reuse on these people. Like I initially said, I want to try it on the web server and I want to try it via SSH. And we did it on the web server and it works. But before I go down that route, let's try these. So we'll do like SSH Claire R. We'll try Claire R and just Claire at oh shoot, so I have do I have SSH access as all of them then? There we go, user flag. Easy enough. Whoops, not that screenshot tool. Alright, we got the user flag. Beautiful. After quitting on the machine yesterday. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of help and looking at it after sleeping and not at midnight. Now, I saw everybody on Discord saying the privesc freaking sucks to figure out. It is 11 o'clock. I got a text message. Let me see. One second, yo. I'm guessing my kids will be home in like an hour and a half. We'll see if we can push this. I'll just eat like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich while live on stream, while we hack, while we try to get root. We do have user. So, before running linps or anything like that, let's just poke around. I am going to make sure I'm not missing anything in chat. Sorry for those of you on LinkedIn. I have to refresh it every time to see the comments. I have a few comments on LinkedIn. Shane Steen said, what am I using for notes? I'm using Cherry Tree. Nikhil said, hey Ty, what are we going to aim for today? We are working on the umbrella machine on TryHackMe. Brand new machine. We have user just now, and we're working on privesc. Okay, we'll check that out. But I do want to check my bash history. Okay, that's not helpful. So this is the time tracker app we've been poking at. There's going to be our server-side template injection stuff, but we don't need that anymore. And I don't think there's going to be any credentials stored in here at all. We do have logs. I don't know if that'll be helpful or not. Okay, just showing like Who logged in here? There's my SQL, or not my SQL, my server-side template injection. Remember I did the 7 times 7 3 times? There's where we see those 49 minutes. What groups am I in? Okay, no interesting groups. We have the Docker Compose. I mean, once again, I don't think any of this is going to be helpful right now. There's those credentials, remember, in the environment. And that's actually what Symnetic said when we were on stream yesterday. He said, hey, maybe see if the credentials are in the environment of Docker, because you don't need to pass them in like a database.php file, but you do need to pass them probably in the environment. And he was right, and there they are again in the Docker Compose. That's just the SQL database right there. Insert into users. All right. Who the heck is user? So do we have to elevate our privileges to this user person first? I'm going to guess. Okay, thank you, Andre. Andre over on YouTube said other creds for SSH don't work, just to save you time. Okay, good to know. So it looks like we have to elevate to user, and then I'm guessing from what I can see, user would have sudo permissions, and you just switch over to root. So our target is a user. All right, and then we'll get root. All right. I'm gonna just check some common things real quick, and then we'll go over to linps and see if that's helpful at all. Password 1. The machine's called CTF. Oh yeah, I suppose it is called CTF. You can see it right there. We could check for like suid bits. Let me pull up my OneNote real quick. So just some basic things to check. Limps will check this stuff too. Okay, none of those look interesting. You can't privesc with that. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. None of that stuff's going to be useful to us. We could check capabilities, right? So I can just pull this over here while I do these checks. Ping. That's all normal stuff. Don't think that's going to help us. Cron jobs already checked. Root ownership already checked. We could check our path, see if there's anything interesting there. Nope, nothing interesting there. Yep, nothing interesting there. Okay, well. Dumbass sneeze, y'all. I'm gonna try not to sneeze into my microphone. Out we go. Let's throw linps on the box. And we'll wget from 10.13.4234 linps.sh. See if there's anything interesting here. For those of you who might be new, all linps does is checks for common privesc factors, and you can actually see if I scroll up here, it does this nice thing of color coding it. So if you see this, if anything's highlighted this, you know, okay, there's a good chance this is the way forward. There's a lot of things that are red that you should take a look at, and you'll just learn from experience the things that might actually be interesting and aren't. But this is kind of key. If you see this, you know that's the way forward. But based on what everyone on Discord was saying about how hard the privesc is, I'm going to guess that linpiece probably isn't going to be the most helpful, and it's going to take some manual enumeration on our end. But who knows? Maybe it'll at least give us a hint of a direction we should look at. We have pseudo version, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably not some pseudo privesc. I don't think these are going to be helpful. Yeah, Limby shares EC2 AWS stuff, but Clay Hacks, that's on every TryHackMe machine actually. The only reason it shares that is because TryHackMe uses AWS. Oh, maybe this version of Limpies doesn't. TryHackMe uses AWS to host the machines, so even if you do a curl to the metadata endpoint of AWS, you'll technically get access creds, but there's no role assigned to those access credentials, so it's not actually a vulnerability. Like, you can't pivot into TryHackMe's AWS environment with them. Trust me, I tried. And we're not in the Docker group. Otherwise, we could like try to do some cool Docker stuff, but we're not in that group. What up, Haircut Fish? It's going well, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. I do need to refresh LinkedIn. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything over on LinkedIn. And I'm not. Cool. YouTube going good. Sweet. Dang, y'all, this is crazy. Now, when I stream, there's always like almost 50 people between the 3 different platforms. When I first started streaming, y'all, I was usually just talking to myself. there's no one watching. So it's crazy that y'all hang out with me live. I do appreciate it. It makes it a little less lonely. And here's the account stuff. This is all AWS stuff. When you see this on a TryHackMe machine, you can ignore this. It's not going to be helpful. If you run this in the real world on a pen test, this might be helpful because often there'll be a role attached to the EC2, and then you're able to get the access key and secret, and you can actually authenticate to their AWS environment and start pillaging data in their AWS environment. Right here with these credentials. I have actually a whole series on my YouTube page. If you're interested in AWS pen testing, I got permission from TryHackMe to go through the entire attacking and defending AWS pathway. That's a business exclusive, at least it was. I think you may be able to purchase it now, but I got permission to go through all of it live on stream, recorded every video, read through every module, so you can live vicariously through me. The entire pathway is on my YouTube channel, and you can learn all about like doing these AWS attacks. All for free. Nothing too interesting yet. Jeez. I'm getting like a sinus infection or something. I don't think it's a legit cold, but here's our Docker container. Or no. No interesting ports open internally. Oh, so he's an admin. So yeah, we do need to get that user account somehow. I'm not seeing much interesting here. Okay, getting caught up on chat. The other interesting thing is dev mapper Ubuntu VG. Oh, it's owned by root, but we can read it and write to it, but it told me permission denied. What even is that? That might just be a standard thing. I think it's just a standard thing. Although it's odd that we can write to it. Weird. Ever since I learned about Game Over there, I tried it every time I've seen an Ubuntu box. I don't think I saw it on this limb piece though. Okay, gotcha. I mean, just based on the comments on Discord, it's probably a privesc way that no one has seen. I mean, all your normal things aren't here. Like sometimes you can access a script that runs as root on a cron tab, and if you modify the script, or maybe if there's a Python library that is pointing to, you can modify that Python library and do like a Python library hijack. Like those are some recent privesc I've ran into. There's sudo, of course, capabilities, suid bit being set. I'm not seeing that anywhere. So I'm wondering, like, we don't have much here either. I'm just trying to think of where to even look. Oh, nothing on pspy. Good call. That's one I usually run as well. For those of you who don't know what pspy, I think it's pspy, it's called process spy. What process spy will do is it will, without root privileges, run on the Linux machine, and it will tell you every process that runs. So sometimes there'll be a cron job running, but only in the root folder, so we can't read it ourselves. But then we can see, like, if every 2 minutes a script is firing off running as the root user, maybe we can modify that script. But you can only see that if you run process spy to see what might be running. I don't think this is going to be helpful. I don't even know what that is. GR security. Okay, well, it's not found, so it doesn't matter, does it? Oh, that's just seeing what we might have. Let's slow this down. What's actually going on here? That's mounted, right? Nothing's standing out to me in here, but I'm also not going to go through every package. PS Pi, that's what Claire mentioned. Or not Claire. Clay. I'm thinking about my Claire user I'm logged into, and Clay's name starts with the two first letters. Threw me off there. Some services of a service, if credentials and clear text outside the memory, normally need root privileges, so that's not going to be helpful. Going to be the memory of processes we own. I copy and pasted the whole thing. Whoops. Okay. Okay, we can't do that. Proc dump, I think you also kind of need to be root for that, don't you? Yep, root privileges, that's what I figured. Trufflepock, I've used Truffle Hog for GitHub secrets before. This actually seems like a pretty useful tool. I doubt it's going to be helpful here, but I do kind of want to check it out. What's going on, Hershin? For those of you just joining, we are working through the brand new umbrella room on TryHackMe. We have user access, and we're currently working on privilege escalation. Oh, you need sudo rights to run it. Wow, we're really in the weeds now. Oh yeah, sorry, Anjo. I don't know what language you're speaking, bro. I don't know German. That's what I'm trying to figure out, haircut. But no, there's not. Not that I can see. The frick is this music, y'all? Sorry, I don't like this. Let me find some different music for us. I can't run Docker, right? Yeah, I can get version, but I bet I can't run it. Something like this. Permission denied because I don't have sudo privileges and I'm not in the Docker group, so nothing with Docker is going to be helpful. I'm a watchdog from Nerd Out. The only problem with that is when I play true copy. So the background music is supposed to be non-copyrighted, or else Twitch and YouTube and LinkedIn get mad at me. Can we somehow mess around with Docker this way? Jeez, guys. I don't know what to even look at. I've never gone this far down the hack tricks Linux privilege escalation rabbit hole. This music's too quiet. Or not too quiet, too chill. We need some more hyped up music. Like Papa Shell. That's the greatest hip hop song you guys have seen in your life. Heard in your life. If you haven't heard Papa Shell by this famous rapper about Advent of Cyber, you haven't lived your life yet. So make sure you look up Papa Shell. All right, I can do this music. It's saying you left me here just to fall apart. That's actually a pretty good description of this machine as I'm trying to work privesc. It's left me at user just to fall apart. Yep, this song. Guys, this song. It's about my experience on this box. It's about heartbreak and being abandoned and being left alone. That's how I feel on this machine. Okay, I'm missing some stuff in chat. Yo, first time in stream after a couple of weeks. What's up? What up, friendly man? We're working on Umbrella from TryHackMe, the brand new medium rated machine. We have user flag trying privesc unsuccessfully. Fasky Live says, stupid question, but is Hacktricks site you're using like a Bible for exploits or what? Kind of. Hacktricks is technically an online book, constantly updated for all type of pen testing, enumeration, things like that. And we're just looking at the page on Linux privilege escalation, but there's a lot of great stuff on Hacktricks. We'd encourage y'all to check it out if you haven't. Man. Yeah, we did all this. We did all this. Jeez, guys, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I already ran Limpies. Limpies didn't give me anything helpful. And there's no hints in TryHackMe. Or in the, I should say, in the Discord. Because it's not technically allowed, right? Let's see if there's anything I missed here. But I don't think you're allowed to post hints. Here's me, all right? Dang, yo, 0x Bob was stuck. That's not gonna look well for me. He's way smarter than I am. I love his walkthroughs. Here was my post last night when I died inside. Ah. Thank you, Volta. Well, shoot, I don't know what to look at, guys. There's nothing in Discord that even points. Probably because of due to the no hint rule. Oh, I'm looking at the message from Andre. Let's see what he had to say. Okay, got you. So Andre, I'm very curious. When you did it, did you do the method I was trying to do? Like, did you just do like the Docker command and drop into a bash shell, like what I was initially trying to do, but my Docker was broken for some reason? And then from that bash shell, did you print environmental variables? Is that how you got that database password, your approach to it? Yes, okay. So I was trying that last night. So at least I wasn't like completely in a rabbit hole the way I was first approaching the machine. How did you get it? How did you get it to work? Did you do something different than what I was doing? I still don't understand what I was doing wrong in my approach last night on 2 different VMs. Like, I thought I was doing the right thing. What have I found so far, Friendly Man said? Nothing. Nothing is what I found so far, at least for privesc. All your common privesc don't work. Oh, Stack Overflow helped on insecure connection. Gotcha. Honestly, I need to stop like relying on ChatGPT. There's ways ChatGPT is helpful, but for some of this stuff, GPT just freaking leads you in rabbit holes. Check the comment I posted on your last vid. All right. I'm gonna check the comment you posted. 1 second. Yeah, yo, Clay Hacks. That's actually how I got it. So I'm already a user of Clay Hacks, but that ended up, what you just posted in Twitch is the exact thing I did to get the environmental credentials. Dude, I don't see your last comment. I don't know what your last comment was, but if it's just that, yeah, that's what I did, Clay Hacks. That's how I got initial access in the beginning of this stream. Jeez, I really have no idea what to look for, y'all. Okay, Andre. If you don't mind, you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. Is it possible to even find it on Hacktricks? Or am I wasting my time going through all this Hacktrick stuff? Do I just need to like begin enumerating the machine manually and see what I can find? privesc is a bit unconventional TGM. Think about you're doing a hack the box. I freaking suck at hack the box. I suck at all these to be honest, but I still try them. And if you're thinking hack the box, usually it's much more manual and poking around at different files. Yes, I did run that haircut fish. Oh, that was the comment. Sudo vi. Oh, gotcha. That was my issue. All right, well, thanks for that, Hoodie. I might even go back and just do that way. Did you? I'm not trying to escape Docker. I'm not in Docker, Draquino. I'm not in the Docker container. I'm on the actual host machine right now. I think we're just going to have to manually enumerate some stuff and see if we can figure it out. I don't think it's going to be a Looney Tunes exploit. I don't even think we have that library on here. Is it something with this time tracker source code? I wouldn't think so, because we already kind of have access to it. But maybe it is. Yeah, that's not helpful. We're just password reuse to root. Here we go. Here's root. Nope. It was worth the shot, wasn't it? It was worth the attempt. Yeah, we checked running processes and Vith. And hey guys, I believe this machine's free. More. So hey, if anyone wants to do this, I'll drop a link to all the chat. Like, feel free to dive into it as well. Oh, and I'm also seeing some questions on LinkedIn. I'll answer your guys' LinkedIn questions quick as well. So over on LinkedIn, Matthew said, when you started streaming, did you have any experience with CTF's pen testing, red teaming? I want to say I heard you mention when you started streaming you didn't have a job as a pen tester. Do you think streaming while you learned helped you attain a role, the number of resumes you put in, or did it seem to be more networking? No, absolutely. I really do think one of the best things you can do to land a job as a pen tester is platform building or networking, whatever you want to call it. But like through YouTube, like through my channel, I had the opportunity to meet John Hammond, Heath Adams, Matt Kiley, just a bunch of cool people that I was able to interview on my channel. Ran into like John at DEF CON and he actually recognized me, so that was really cool. So just the channel, and it has been a huge help for my career, getting to know people and just sharing what I'm learning. But you are correct. When I started streaming, I was not a pen tester at all. Was just working in IT support and was a total noob to all of this. Like, I'm still a total noob to all of this, but even like if I'm like at noob level 5 right now, I was like noob level -1 when I started streaming, and all I would do is jump on stream and just do what I was already doing, like learning, working through TryHackMe and Hack the Box, but just streamed it and shared my thought process as I was going through it, and just slowly am getting better at the stuff. But that's why I started streaming. I didn't think anyone would actually watch, especially live. Like, it's cool that people hang out and enjoy watching me stumble through machines. That might be more after stream AMA questions. No worries. I'll do AMA throughout the stream. I don't have like a set schedule. Very informal. Yeah, there is no ports or services open externally that I can't see internally. Matthew, good question though. Did you run PS scan? Is it worthless for this one? I'm not sure. Probably worthless, but okay. Lots of comments over on YouTube. Maybe you missed something. Take a deeper look. Okay, we'll check out processes again. PS Pi. I haven't tried it. Clay says over on Twitch he was running Process Spy. Didn't find anything. I could do it myself as well. Color from Nature said I'm diving also with you. Sweet. Haircut Fish says OWASP has a Docker security cheat sheet that might give you some info to check. Yeah, good call, Amith. All right, let's check our running processes. See if there's anything that might be interesting. I'm actually gonna name this tab web server. Whoops. Let me know if something stands out to you guys. Like, I don't know if these things would be useful or not. What's modem manager? Maybe that's just a standard Linux process, I'm not sure. Oh, Amvith, were you top 3, dude? Nice, bro. Here, let's check out the scoreboard. Let's see if we can find you on here. Oh, I think enough people have owned it now that it doesn't show the score accurately. Are you one of those accounts? And you know, we probably don't need root. I'm thinking we need user maybe, but I'm not seeing this user person running anything. Volta is your name? Here, let's check it out. Nice, dude. Killing it. Next thing you gotta do is create a room. Yeah, that's your next goal. Awesome stuff though, dude. What am I? I'm clearly missing something obvious. But I just don't know what I'm looking for in the processes here. No, PSPy won't give us the same thing as PSAUX. PSPy will see processes might be running on a schedule, essentially. You send me a PM on Discord? Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Like, unless it has something to do with any of these, this wouldn't be helpful though. I mean, we can't run that command as root. We probably can't modify this config. Even if we did, I don't think we could do anything with it. Yeah. Yeah, just think about what you ignored already and take a look at it. Think about what you ignored already. Gosh, I ignored a bunch of stuff already. Shoot. What's going on with my terminal here? There we go. Well, what's modem manager? If I think about what I ignored already, bro, I ignored like the entire Hacktrix Linux privesc page. No, that's not what I want to do. Maybe it's something with Docker. Maybe it's something with the database. Maybe it's the freaking time source. Okay, so that's just a standard. That's a standard thing. All right. I'm gonna check Discord real quick. Okay. I think there must be multiple ways to do this. Was OSCP hard like this too? No, dude. OSCP is easy. Not even joking. Compared to so the challenge of OSCP is the 24-hour time limit. I personally didn't think the machines, like the test was hard. So I passed in my noobery. This was over a year ago, so even more of a noob than I am now. I passed the OSCP, got all the points I needed in under 8 hours for the entire exam, and I was done. I had all the scores I need in 8 hours, spent another about 6 hours writing the report, and turned it in within the first 24 hours. So honestly, I think the OSCP is easy if you approach it with the right mindset. It's not realistic. It's much more CTF-y, so you have to keep that in mind, and it's all about muscle memory. But OSCP machines are easier than, they're probably at the level of a TryHackMe easy machine, in my opinion. I do CPTS and OSCP. CPTS is way better. I mean, much more realistic. The only downside, y'all, of CPTS, for those who don't know what that is, it's Certified Penetration Testing Specialist through Hack the Box. It trains you way better than the OSCP, way better content. Unfortunately, it's not at that name recognition as OSCP. If you want to become a pen tester, OSCP, unfortunately, and I say this because I personally don't like OffSec, if you want to be a penetration tester, OSCP is still the gold standard to make it past that HR gatekeeping crap. What up, teraflops? You haven't missed much, just trying to figure out, what I'm doing. But I have a hint over on Discord. And logs is mounted, I'll say no more. Okay. I'm way out of my skills here, but where did I see logs at? Was it here? So I think I need to get a shell in the Docker container. Also, just one way to root till now. So, what Sajgun, at least that's his name on Discord, said, you are root on Docker when you get a shell there. And then he says logs is mounted, I'll say no more. I don't know what that means. I don't know what to do with that. Logs is mounted, I'll say no more. What's that have to do with processes? That's where I'm thinking, is there different ways of doing this? Because Ambith, you seem to have done it with processes. How can we abuse... Hold up. This is personally a privesc technique I've never done. So like I have this information. I'm just not sure what to do with it. No, he said no, it's all the same. I got the hint from looking at processes and what's running what. And when you looked at processes, did you just do PSAUXW, or am I missing something here? I want to see like the hint you got, and I want to be able to understand like the obvious thing that I'm missing here. Is it some of this Docker stuff? Tyler, in OSCP, do they provide questions and hints like THM or just user and root flag? Just user and root flag. You don't get any hints on the OSCP exam. Oh, that's what you did. Okay, good call. That's a much better way of doing that. Thank you. Oh, if I could do this right. All right, I need to add this to my repertoire of checking processes this way. It's much cleaner. This may be key. Oh, sorry, guys. I apologize. I didn't realize I wasn't sharing my screen. Frick. I always do that craziness. Here's the command I ran. And now I'm just looking at the processes. You guys don't want to just watch my face while I hack? Look for evading Docker and hack tricks. I got too many hints to look into. I think... ASMR hacking. Yeah, I could... If I move my microphone, then you guys can hear me typing, and maybe I'll get more views as like ASMR. I could take that space. I don't know of any ASMR hacking, so like I could whisper while I do it, and then when I type, you can hear my hands on my keyboard. Oh man, I crack myself up. Even if it's only me that I'm cracking up. All right. So if I get a shell in the Docker container, that might be the way. What's this evading Docker and hack tricks? All right, Jar Queen, I'll check that out too. Oh yeah, okay, I got you. I need to get in the Docker container first. Like you almost have to reinsert yourself into the Docker container and then escape Docker and maybe get root. Your objective is to obtain a shell on the Docker container by exploiting eval vulnerability on the website on port 8080. Really? How would I discover that? Shoot. Maybe by looking at the source code. Oh, app.js. This is the time tracking app, right? Yeah, this is yesterday's box. Yep, last night's box. You got it. The one that I said I'm never going back to. Yep, just a few hours later, I'm back to it. Mm-hmm. I think I missed it. Ah. Request.body.time. So can we actually get RCE through that then? I think that's going to be our vulnerable area of code. I'm trying to think of how to properly abuse that though. Oh, do I not have it open anymore? Oh, it still has me logged in. Umbrella. Oh, that's gonna suck because it just redirects, so I can't see immediate impact there. But so this is the only spot that takes user input. Let's see if we can read this code a little better, understand what's going on. So here's just setting the views and all that good stuff. We have our log file. All right, if request session username. All right, so this is saying, hey, are we authenticated? And then we're setting the, like saying what users, what time they have. Here's our post request right here that we just made. This post request right here, you see the post time, and it takes function, this is our function request and response. If request session logged in, so if our session is logged in and we have a valid username, let time calculated. Okay, so the time calculated is it's calculated up here. So let time calculated parse the integer, and then we have our eval function request.body.time. Let time equals not a number, time calculate username. All right, let me look over at chat. Also another not, you're trying to, also another not, you're trying to pull in a Docker container here, so you won't have access to a lot of bins. You really need to have a syntax highlighted when doing this. It makes things much simpler. Yeah, I bet. What up, Angular? Welcome to me being stuck. Oops. And yeah, being a Docker container, so what you're saying is we can't do like netcat and stuff, I'm guessing. Gosh. So can't I get a shell doing the other way? Like, can I do docker run or execute and then run, get a bash shell if I could fix my original Docker issue? Is there a reason that won't work? I know I'm not in the Docker group on here, but can't we run it from our other machine? scrolling up in chat because I know someone mentioned this. I know I'm not in a Docker container right now. How the frick did you get RCE clay hacks? That's what I'm trying to do. So it's executing this. Okay, we might have to play with this a little bit to see if I can get it to work properly. It's already URL encoding it for me. Guys, I feel so dumb. What the frick? Oh wait, I don't want that one. I need to grab this one here. Oh shoot. Whoa, I got it. What? What? All right. I'll take it. I don't know why that worked. I need to get better at reading code and like tearing it apart. I just script kidding my way through it. Okay. So now we can look at like Docker escapes, I think. We probably don't have Python or anything. I know I'm not root. I'm only root in the Docker container. But now I might be able to escape the Docker container and get root. Is what I'm thinking in my head. We could go, I mean, Symnatic made that entire escaping container room. Brandon over on YouTube said, "Hey Tyler, I saw your video for creating a shell for Windows where you switch to your Windows machine to do a PS2XE conversion. If I run Windows in a VM on my laptop, what version should I use?" Oh, I don't think it matters. Windows 11, Windows Server 2019. Any of those should work. Even Windows 10 will be fine. Yeah, so our issue is going to be binaries. A lot of the binaries aren't going to work for us. I mean, we could technically maybe transfer the binaries to the machine. And remember, if we go back to here, what is, I think, unique that we need to keep in mind is this logs is mounted. Right? Where was I at before? What? Guys, where was I at? Where's I at when I got root on here? Where's that app file at? Oh, here it is. Now I can try abusing Docker group or Docker breakout. I can't even check for... I can't run most of those binaries, though. Peace out, Amvid. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, we have some environmental variables. This is our database password stuff right here. But here's where we're going to have some issues, is just the lack of binaries. We have find at least. Can't run Docker. Broke my shell. I can't spawn a new container, so that's not going to work. I can't run Docker. All right, let's go to oh shoot, I need to add time. Where's the containerization room at? I know there's a directory mounted on Docker. There's that log directory. I don't freaking, such a noob. I don't know how to interact with it properly. What's that do? What's the... Where's the freaking container room at that Synaptic made? Where's that? Come on, TryHackMe. Get your search so it doesn't suck. Oh, there it is. Container vulnerabilities. No, that's not what I want, actually. This is not newest. Oh, is that the one that came out recently? We don't even have that on this machine. That's not going to work. We can't run Docker. That's not going to work. This may have worked before. That's not going to help us. Yeah, I look at Hacktrick's Docker escape, but I can't run the binaries. I don't need a SU, I'm already root. Oh, I tried that. I can't do cap sh. Can't even do clear. We have to do something with the directory that's mounted on Docker. I don't even know how to freaking look for that. We have logs, all right? So logs is mounted. And we can do some weird tricks with that to escape, I think. But I don't know how. Like this didn't work. This didn't do anything, I don't think. We can't run Docker commands. We can't check capabilities. Oh. I'm overthinking this, I think. Look, we wrote it as root. Is it really that easy? I think I was way overthinking this, guys. As is usual, every time I do a machine. Oh, I didn't even put in the right IP, but... And now now anyone can run that. Let's do that with the correct IP and just see if I can get a shell. .10.13.4234 1338. Oh, I didn't run it as root though, because I'm running the file. But there's other things we can do. We know it's executing as root. Oops. So we can write files to this as the root user. Oh, shell 2 is owned by Claire. This is confusing still a little bit. We can write files to that as the root user. And, okay. We can write to the log file, so we can essentially escape. Can I do, like... Did I create shell 2 with the Claire user? Oh, I did, because I'm freaking dumb. You guys are right. I thought I was in here. Okay, now it's running as root. But if I execute it, it's still going to run as Claire. It'd still be Claire. It's not running as root. Can I somehow add it to the cron tab? So it runs as the root user. Could I... Frick, what do I do here? I can write... Is it really that simple, Hoodie? I don't have an interactive session as root. You know, it's very confusing. My root session, guys, is on the Docker container. which is the logs is mounted. So I can only write to the logs folder as root. I don't have an actual interactive session as a root. This is a Docker container as opposed to the host machine. The Docker container is definitely not a rabbit hole. I'm looking at Hoodie's message to me. Oh, I see kind of what you're doing, maybe. Gosh, dude, that's very confusing. There's no way I would get this. What am I missing in my own methodology that I don't... This doesn't make sense to me at all. No, I can't run the Docker command. Whoops. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. There's this weird thing that Hoodie is doing, but I don't understand it. Basically, we're copying bash shell to a file in a directory that's mounted with Claire user as well and give it a suid bit. So when we run this... So you're saying it's something like, for this suid bit, okay, I'm going to try to explain this as I do it. So he's saying we're copying the bash shell file to a file in a directory that's mounted with the Claire user as well, which is the log one, and giving it the suid bit. And we run this as user Claire, and with the P flag, P stands for privilege bash P, it'll give us root because it's suid, owned by root, but don't prompt us or suited password. So you touch this file, I'm guessing, and then you're... Where's your SS coming from? I don't get it. Oh. I see what you're saying. I'll try it again. So we're adding a sticky bit to that now. And then change ownership, root declare R. And then we give it sticky bit. Wow. Okay, I need to understand this better. Hey, Hoodie. You care if I pull your chat over to the stream? Is that cool? If I do that, I'm gonna get your permission first before I do it. Okay, you said it's cool. All right, let me get this pulled up properly so I don't share like everything from my Discord. There's no way I could have done this without you guys' help. Okay. Here we go. So this is the only way I was able to do it. I would have been stuck here for a long time. So he sent me this, and I was still like, this doesn't make sense to me. So if we walk through this, you can ignore this vol.sh. So where it really starts is right here. So we're copying bin/bash into ss. And remember, the only reason this works as an escape is because this logs file is mounted from the Docker container to the host system. And when we run as root in the Docker container, we're able to run these commands as root in the host system, but only in the logs folder. That's why we can't just escape the Docker immediately. We have to write some weird way or weird trick of doing this. So it's copying bin/bash into ss. Okay? That makes sense. And then we're giving the suid bit u plus x ss is what we're doing right there. This one failed, like the invalid group, so that didn't work. Now if we read his comments, basically we're copying a bash shell to a file in a directory that's mounted with the Claire user as well, which makes sense. That's our log one, and giving it the suid bit. And then we run this as user Claire with the P flag, and that's what, if you guys remember, that's what I didn't do initially. So if we look at this, I tried to just do SS, and because I wasn't doing the -P for privilege, it's not working. It's just going to run as the Claire user because I didn't do a privilege one there. -P stands for privilege, right? It'll give us root because it's suid. Owned by root, but doesn't prompt us for sudo password. Use this operator. Yep. So that's when I was following this right here, and I was like, no, that's not working. Use this a file, so give it suid. Yeah, now from Claire, just run ss-p with -p, and that's what I didn't do initially. Once again, right there, because if I just do ss, it's not running as the privileged user. Wow. Dang. This is, yeah, correct. Running that is privileged user. Very interesting. This is on the harder side of medium machines. I think I did the last medium machine just on my own. But this is definitely on the hard side. I mean, if you've seen this before, it's not hard, but it's a really confusing way to think. Like if we map out this attack path, right? If we map out the attack path, we had to do the weird Docker curl to get database password. We got users for the time tracking application. We SSH'd in as Claire with password reuse. Then we had to do code analysis to discover how to do RCE back on the web app. Like I thought we were done with the web app. I thought the web app was just there as part of the machine to show us, hey, you can log in here, but you SSH for password reuse. But you actually have to go back to the web app from your attack machine and get RCE, and then your root in the Docker container. So we exploit the Docker container twice, right? We exploit it to get the database password, and then I just assume we're done with the Docker container. Like we've already escaped Docker as Claire. We don't go back to it, but no, you have to then go back into the Docker container to get root in the Docker container. Note that logs is mounted, and you can write as root and then do the hoodie magic to get a root bash shell. That's definitely on the harder version of a medium box, I think. Let me know if you guys disagree with me. Wow, but I learned a lot of stuff there. There's our root flag. Dang. I'm glad I came back to it, and I'm also screw you, you're not expiring. I'm also glad I live stream it. Like, without your guys' help, I sincerely would not have been able to get that. So hopefully other people working through this, you find that helpful. But man, that was an interesting machine. A lot of fun. Well, thank you all for hanging out. After I rage quit the machine last night, we came back to it, and we eventually got root. I will just say, here is kind of the big difference between CTFs and pen testing. Like, I still struggle all the time, guys, on CTFs, but I'm an actual pen tester for a living. But there is some huge differences between a CTF and pen testing. Like, you're not doing this in a pen test, like, ever. In a pen test, if you get access to a Linux machine on an internal network, it's almost always running as root. Like, you don't even have to elevate your privileges. And usually the only time you're elevating privileges on a pen test is on an internal pen test, and it's almost always Windows, right? So like the last internal pen test I did, I had full domain admin in less than a day, because real organizations are literally less secure than CTFs. Like, it's a lot easier. There's a lot more information you have to wade through. You have to be careful. You don't want to like screw up their environment. But I just want to encourage you guys, if you get stuck on CTFs all the time, which I get stuck on CTFs all the time, and I freaking do them all the time. Like, I'm always on stream doing CTFs. If you still get stuck on CTFs, don't let that discourage you. You can still be a pen tester. I started as an associate pen tester, and 1 year in, I got promoted to a career pen tester. So I'm even somehow, guys, a mid-level pen tester. Don't know how I social engineer my way into that, but just want to encourage you guys. CTFs are good, and I think they're helpful to learn new things. But if you're not very good at them, don't let that discourage you from like still becoming a pen tester and learning on that route, because you can still work your way through that and still stumble through stuff like I do. Nixon said, what's the difference between associate and career pen tester? It depends on where you work at. At Rhino, we have a very specific like career pathway. And the reason I was able to get promoted to a career pen tester, one is doing research. So if you look at the Rhino Security Labs blog, if we go here, show this to you guys. So here's me. I wrote this entire blog post. I spent about 2 weeks doing research, and I found 8 CVEs. My first CVEs I ever found. I found 8 CVEs here. Wrote all of this and how I was able to use cross-site scripting to get full file read on underlying application. And so to become a career pen tester, you have to be able to publish research like this. This is all brand new research, not a CTF, real application that I was able to exploit and get 8 CVEs on. And I actually created a TryHackMe machine that will be coming out. Oh, sorry, guys. Thank you. I'm terrible at sharing my screen. This is what I'm talking about on the Rhino blog. Here is the 8 CVEs I found. And then on top of this, on top of all these CVEs, I then created a TryHackMe machine called Silver Platter that will be coming out in the near future. It's in the QA process right now, where you'll get hands-on with this exact application, and you have to use some of the CVEs I found to get initial access. So like to become a career pen tester, you have to be able to do research like this, where you can find 0 days or CVEs in open source applications. And it also depends on all the assessment types you do. So I'll give you an example. When I started at Rhino, I just did web app pen testing. Like, that was the only thing I did. And I did external network pen testing as well. So that was a year ago. Here's what I do now for pen testing. I do web apps, I do web apps, APIs, externals, internals. I do mobile apps. So I do pen testing on both iOS and Android applications. I have a whole lab set up in a bunch of phones over on my other desk for doing that. I do AWS pen testing. I'll be doing Azure pen testing starting this year. I'm doing my first project in a couple of weeks on Azure pen testing. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything here. So a lot of going to the next level of pen testing is original research and expanding what assessment types you're able to do. So like if a client comes to us, I can do all of these pen tests solo. I can work my way through them and provide hopefully a helpful report for the client. So that's a big part of it. I grew from that to all these assessment types. I found my first CVEs. I've also launched some cool things at Rhino, like our career services program, our Discord. I'm the one who started all of that. So it's a lot of just figuring out how you can give back to whatever organization you're at. All right. How did you transition from web app external only? Just learning. So my encouragement to you, if you get that pen testing job as a junior or an associate, take every opportunity you can. Like if someone's like, hey, do you want to learn how to do mobile apps? I personally was like, I don't know, like if I can figure that out, but I always say yes. I always say yes. You give me a new project to learn, I'm going to say yes. And to the best of my ability, I'm going to figure it out so I can do that assessment type. It's just always like, you're always lost, right? That's what I love about pen testing. You're always lost, to be honest. But it's the ability and the courage to be okay with feeling lost and learning new stuff as you go. Nixon said, does Rhino provide learning resources for all this growth, or all these that you're taking on by yourself? Both, and there are some learning pathways we have for them, but a lot of it is just like me talking to other pen testers who do it and saying, hey, can I shadow you on this next assessment when you're doing mobile apps? Like, let me just shadow you and let me ask questions and let me figure it out myself as well. But I would say the majority of it is just self-learning. Like, guys, I work, 8 to 5 as a pen tester during the day. I stream on average 30 to 40 hours a month. So on top of my normal job, I'm on here at night or on the weekend just sharing what I'm learning. So I'm constantly grinding and learning. I've only been in IT for like a little over 2 years. So I'm not even like a veteran in IT. I'm still pretty brand new. But it's just the constant grinding, constant learning that I'm doing and sharing with all you. You guys are all part of that learning community, so I appreciate it. Any other questions? I'll hang out for a little bit more, but I do need to eat some lunch, y'all. I'm hungry. Do you have any tips on initial access and OSCP exam? I already failed my first attempt. I'm sorry, my friend. I can't answer that question. OffSec will take away my cert. As a blue teamer, CTF pen testing makes you a better blue teamer. Yeah, absolutely. I used to do a little bit of blue team before I was a pen tester. I was an analyst at a bank on the blue team side. And I would also say as a pen tester, blue teaming helps a lot. So I'm going through the SOC 2 pathway and TryHackMe. I think in my next stream, we'll keep kind of trudging along through SOC 2 and switch our gears to blue team, because knowing what the blue team is looking for helps you as a pen tester, maybe more as a red teamer, bypass what they might be looking for. All right, y'all, if you have more questions, I'm on stream all the time. So next time I'm on stream, let me know. But do want to thank all of you for taking the time to hang out with me. A special thank you to all of you who are working on this machine with me, providing hints, helping me understand like what the heck was missing in my methodology. And we did eventually get root after I rage quit on stream yesterday. So I'm glad I came back to it after a night of sleep. Glad I came back to it with all y'all as a crew. I'll answer one more question. Disasters Infosec said, how do you handle all that with a family life as a husband and a dad? Is pen testing a good career for family life? A lot of caffeine. No, so yeah, it's an awesome career, but I will say what I do at Rhino is probably a little bit unique. So at Rhino, I'm 100% remote. You never have to travel unless you want to. So I don't have to like go on site anywhere. I don't have to travel around. I don't have to miss my family in that way. Our only travel requirement is we go to DEF CON every year. So if you're going to DEF CON, would love to meet you at DEF CON, get a drink with you, get some food, get some grub with you. So if you're going to DEF CON, let me know. But the cool thing about Rhino, y'all, is they pay for me to go to DEF CON. They pay all the travel. They put us up in a hotel room on one of the DEF CON hotels. So I'm on site at DEF CON. They pay for all my meals, all my Uber, everything. It doesn't cost me anything to go to Vegas for DEF CON, which is so cool that Rhino does that for us. So that's the only like in-person traveling. As far as balancing all, it just takes discipline, right? So I shared this a little bit on one of my last streams. But the cool thing about pen testing at Rhino, I work 8 to 5. All my extra work is just me doing it on my own. What I do now is not expected of anyone else. Like, you don't have to be doing everything I'm doing outside of work. You never work evenings. You never work weekends on purpose at Rhino, because they don't want us to pen test a client's environment to screw something up and have to call them. So I never work evenings, never work weekends. Never on call, none of that as a pen tester. It's actually better work-life balance than when I was a blue teamer. And then as far as all my live streaming, generally I get off work and I put my phone down, computers down, hang out with my family, and then my kids and wife go to bed at like 9 p.m. Or about 8 p.m., 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that's when I jump back on stream and hang out with you guys. So it's a grind. It's a lot of discipline, but I enjoy it. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna sign off. I'm really freaking hungry. I want to go eat some lunch. My kids are gonna be here soon. I'm gonna do like Legos or something with them when they get home. But hey, guys, thank you again for being here. I'll get these videos uploaded to YouTube, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.